Hey there, YouTubers! Hello there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another Curing with Dr. Sheep. So 2 weeks ago, we cured and cooked and ate a pork. A ham. What the hell? Anyways, today is the third part in my series on pickles. To see the other two parts, just go watch the rest of the DIY series. So we first tested Mrs. Pickler's one-step pickling solution. That is, basically cut up your pickle, cut up the cucumbers, pour the pickling solution in, you're done. The next one was, I think it was Mrs. Wages. No, sorry, it wasn't Mrs. Pickler. Sorry, it was Mrs. Wages. Now it's Mrs. Then there was Mrs. Wages again, which actually, we have some right here. It was this stuff. Basically, you still had to prep your vinegar and your brine, except you didn't have to go out and find ingredients. You just use this. Today we're making Grandma's home style. When I mean my grandma's, I mean my grandma's recipe. So yeah, as you can see behind me, I have a lot of stuff. Part of it's from the pork, and part of it's just, well, for this. Yeah, there's a lot of steps, and well, not steps, but a lot of stuff involved. So for your ingredients and things you're going to need, you're going to need a big gallon jar like this. Okay? It's pretty, isn't it? Yeah. So anyways, you need a big gallon jar like that. You'll need a bunch of pickling cucumbers, and I'll show you those in a minute. You're going to need rye bread. You'll see. This is my grandma's recipe, so a clove of garlic per batch. Apple cider vinegar, rice vinegar, regular white vinegar, alum, which I have a suspiciously large amount of. There's the pickling spice. I should go add that into the, oh my god, you're gonna need canning salt or pickling salt. I have a lot of it here. You're not gonna need that much. And I think you need sugar. I have brown sugar in front of me, but whatever. Yeah, otherwise, list in the description of all the quantities and amounts that you'll need. So yeah, let's get started with step number one. Step one, as accorded with my grandmother, is to put the cucumbers in a bath of ice water for an hour with the ends cut off. So here's your cucumber ends. Now you could probably eat the cucumber ends. I wouldn't recommend it. However, I have sheep outside, and sheep will eat just about anything that's plant-based, so I'll just give it to them. Otherwise, if you live in the city, compost it, and if you're really bad for the environment, I guess put them in the garbage disposal. Anyways, we're gonna let this sit for an hour, and then while we let it sit for an hour, I'm gonna prep the brine solution. Oh, you'll also need dill. I forgot to mention that, but again, that'll all be in the description. Alright, so to prep the brine, you need 6 cups of water, half cup of white vinegar, 1/4 cup of cider vinegar, 1/4 cup of rice vinegar, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of pickling or canning salt, 1/4 teaspoon of alum. Never taste alum, it hurts. And now we bring it to a boil. Okay, so while we wait for the brine to boil, vinegar burns my nose. The cucumbers are ready to be put into the jar. So basically what you're going to want to do is make a layer of cucumbers at the bottom of the jar. So you pack 1 layer of cucumbers, throw in some garlic, And then the coup de grace, or not coup de grace, the best part of this whole shabam, the dill. Basically, you're packing dill to taste. You gotta pack more cucumbers. There's nothing wrong with cutting the cucumbers like I'm doing just so you can fit more in here. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the part my grandma swears about, a slice of rye bread. Rye bread with caraway seed in it, specifically. And then for the scary part, I gotta pour the brine into the jar. Shoot. So we ultimately didn't end up using all the brine, even despite the fact that we spilled a bunch on the floor. We didn't use it all. As my grandmother said, you usually just put it in the fridge and store it for another batch. I am making one more batch, it looks like. So yeah, what she always recommended is that if you have a metal lid, you gotta put some sort of saran wrap. I had a plastic bag the bread was in. It's working just fine. And that traps the moisture from getting to your lid. Otherwise it causes your lid to rust and you're gonna have problems. So now, I gotta go put this out in sunlight. I know, right? Kinda crazy. So you gotta do this in the summer when it's hot. The hotter the better. And the sunnier the better. And about 2 days is all you really need. The longer you leave it out there, the stronger it's going to get, the more of a bite you're going to get from that dill. So I'm going to aim for, I don't know, 3 to 4 days, I think. Get a nice bite to them. So yeah, I got to clean this up, set it out in the sun, and I'll see you in a few days for the testing. Of course, tasting. Of course, then once you've pulled them out of the sun, you're going to want to put them in the fridge, and then they'll keep in the fridge for a long time. Like, a long time. They might not keep as big of much of a bite, but they will keep for a very long time. So now I got to clean up, take this outside, and prep another batch. Okay, my guys. It has been many weeks since you last saw me. I'm actually moved out. I'm in a new apartment since the last time you saw me. I'm not at my parents' house. I'm nowhere. Anyways, I'm finally getting to taste my cucumbers. Now, pickles. Now I have tasted, other pickles that I made for my parents, except this I put pickling seasoning in because why not? Otherwise, these are the original pure recipe. So here we go. Yeah, that's a homemade pickle if I've ever tasted one. So where does it rank? Well, here's the interesting part. It's definitely, I mean, I'm really hungry and thirsty right now, so a pickle is incredibly refreshing. And I left my fridge open. Hold on. So pickle's incredibly refreshing and just really hits the spot. So it's hard in that regards to judge and compare the other two. Now I think I've compared the last two pickles, if you go watch the other DIYs I've made about Mrs. Wage's pickles, you will know that those two pickles they're trying to imitate store-bought pickles. So if we're comparing them to store-bought pickles, they're not good. We're comparing them to homemade pickles, well the homemade pickles still smack them out of the park. They're not great. That's the problem. They're trying to imitate something. They're trying to imitate store-bought, which they get very close. They're not quite there. So what's my opinion? Do I like store-bought or homemade? They're different flavors of pickles. This doesn't have as much of a bite as compared, like a zest, if that makes sense, as compared to a store-bought. Part of the problem is I ran out of dill. So, yeah. I don't know. It's... Sorry, I'm still like rearranging stuff in my apartment. So, it is what it is. Try them, make the recipe yourself. It's gonna be a little late in the season by the time you see this, but oh well, oopsie. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New videos every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time, and good night. Subs for trees, subs for trees, subs for trees, subs for trees. Oh, you're still here? I thought I told you to go home. Oh, you want more? I'm flattered. Check out the playlist. If you want exclusive content, check out my Instagram, Dr_sheep_YouTube. That's all lowercase. If you want to help the earth, subscribe. When I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to plant 10 trees. If you feel that's too small, then check out my channel chart where I lay out even bigger goals. Finally, stick around for the next 20 seconds to give me that sweet watch time. Bye.